everyone, and welcome to the Starlit Shelf, where we talk about books, stories, and the authors who bring them to life. Today, I have A. Gordon here, the author of Crimson Jewel. Welcome, Alex. I'm so happy to have you and finally get to meet you in person. How have you been? How's your summer starting?
Whew, I've been doing good. Summer is hot in Tennessee, hot and muggy. That is why my
Oh,
hair's in a ponytail because I had it down. I'm like, no, I'm sweating. I can't do this.
is it really humid down there?
It's pretty humid, yeah.
Is it one
Compared
of those
to
places where like you step outside and you immediately like fog up on your glasses?
very humid compared to what I'm used to. So,
Yeah, I know. We were just talking about how she was born in Washington and that's where I live. But right now, you were in Alaska before you moved down to Tennessee, yeah?
yep, raised in Montana, lived a few places, spent about 14, 15 years in Alaska and just moved to Tennessee.
Wow, that's such a huge difference. That must be such a crazy switch.
It is a switch, that's for sure. There are things that I love and things that I'm like, whew, not as much. I don't like the drivers here. They're terrible.
Oh, the drivers?
Yeah, they're really bad. You have two sets of people in Tennessee, those that drive the speed limit and those that are irritated by everybody driving the speed limit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the latter group. I
Yeah, me too.
usually okay. I was like, I'm usually like if I'm on my road, I'm at least like 10 over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's me. That's me. But anyways, I'm super excited to get started because I had so much fun reading your book. Also, did not expect it to be as spicy as it was.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed your spicy scenes. So well done. How do you feel comfortable writing those kinds of scenes? Because you did really well.
They're honestly my least favorite scenes to write.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know. I get told a lot. People are like, "Oh, I like your spicy scenes," and I think it's maybe because I'm just spicy enough, but not too
That's
like.
what I was just going to say. I was like, I feel like you get the perfect amount of spice to where it's not just like going on for too long or like, you know what I mean? I think it was the perfect balance of smut versus like plot, right? Like, cause
Yeah.
I don't want only smut, I have to have a good plot. But can you tell readers what Crimson Jewel is all about?
So basically, I compare it to like the TV show The Bachelorette meets
Yeah.
Jack and the Beanstalk. And it's
Yeah.
it's not a why choose because so many people go into it thinking, oh, this is gonna be a why choose. It is not a why choose, it's a who should she choose with options. So basically just like The Bachelorette with, you know, the option of choosing hot giants and they might carry their own red flags. So
I love it. So, one thing that I loved about your book is that it's about giants because it's not very often. I honestly don't think I've read any other book that's the main like kind of creature or like it's
mhm.
not fae, it's giants. And I'm like, that's so rare. Like, have you read any other books that include giants as like the main characters?
No, but like our fascination with tall guys, I'm like, I don't understand why this has I'm sure it has been done before. I mean, obviously Jack and the Beanstalk, but that wasn't a romance. But like I'm sure it's been done before. Have I read it? No.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm honestly gonna look it up later and see if I can find one because yeah, I just felt like that was so unique. But yeah, when you said we all love a tall guy, so it's like,
Yeah,
well, yeah, duh, we can do this. And they're all about like 7 feet,
about 7 feet. Yep.
7 feet. But our FMC is 6 foot tall.
Right.
So she's a tall girl on her own. Um, so what actually inspired you to write this story? Was this your debut novel? Because I feel like you have other books as well. So
It wasn't my debut novel. I'm actually traditionally published on the YA side. And
okay.
then so this one I wanted to do on my own because apparently I decided I like complete control and I don't like to be told what to do. So I actually had a dream one night, like that beginning part where she's running up the stairs. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, I dream a lot with it not being me in the dream. I'm like an observer of the dream. And so this wild red hair was running up the stairs, and then like all I heard was, "You're not welcome here, human." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." Because when it turned around, like hot guy standing behind her face to face, and I'm like, "Okay, here we go." You know,
Yeah. Did it cut off right then, right when you meet the
It
hot
did.
guy?
Yes, right
Darn
there.
it.
Yep, he
Darn
said
it.
it. Said, "You're
But
not welcome here, human."
you're like, well, let me just continue this dream on and write a
Right.
book about it because I need to finish this story. So, okay, well, so that's interesting. So you are traditionally published through your YA. Is it a
It,
series?
it is a series. Well, it didn't. I like writing
Is
standalones. Yeah, it's
that
the
what
the blue. Yep,
okay.
it's the blue and the green one. The third book is done, but
Okay.
I haven't got it to them yet. So yeah, so that
How
was my proof that I could do it the hard way because, I'm a
yeah.
hairdresser. I needed somebody to tell me that I was good enough. So
Yeah. So those were your debut novels and you went traditionally the first time. So what man, that must have been such a different experience. I mean, you have like so many opposite ends of the spectrum going from Alaska to Tennessee and then you went from trad to like indie. So do you prefer publishing indie, like self-publishing rather than trad, or is it kind of pros and cons to each?
well, there's always pros and cons to each. Honestly, I think they do all the editing, they do all the cover designs, so there's no money out front that you have to pay with traditional publishing. So that helps a lot of people.
Hmm.
You also lose control. So
Yeah.
I didn't have control over my cover. I didn't have control over the things that artistically really get me excited as an author. Like in my head, I know what the characters look like. I know what the cover looks like. I know everything, and just trying to translate that back and forth. So I think at this point in time, I mean, if one of the big publishers were like, "Hey, we'll pick you up," I'd be like, "Okay, great, let's go." But with a
Yeah.
smaller publishing house, and they've been really good to me, don't get me wrong. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
that I am able to pay for the editing and get the cover design. I mean, I save for it and everything. So I
Hmm.
like to have that complete control. So at this moment, I like indie publishing. But in Crimson Jewel, I really broke a pretty big rule too.
What
So,
was it?
well,
Do you
in
mind me
romance,
asking?
yeah. Well,
Huh?
no, yeah, you just let everybody know there might be a spoiler here. In traditional romance, once your female main character is in love with the male main character, if she sleeps with anyone else, that is like the number two cardinal rule that you cannot break in romance.
Hmm.
The number one is not giving your characters a happily ever after. So I broke the number two cardinal rule for a reason, and
Interesting.
there's a whole bunch of backstory with that. I mean, as you know, but
Yeah.
so it
Yeah,
was going to be pretty hard.
I feel like that fits and it happens pretty soon in the story. So I feel like it's not too big of a spoiler, but if we want to cut that out later, we can do that. But I just felt like that was such an interesting part of it. And again, this is something that it doesn't follow that traditional formula. And that's
Right.
cool. Like I like that. And I'm like, oh snap, like this just happened. Like what how is he gonna react to that? Because
Yep.
they just had this whole but he's also going through a lot of like emotional roller coasters. And, at the point where that happens, it's like she was kind of seeking an escape, not thinking anything was going to be
Right.
fixed. Right.
Yep.
Um, and also very much drunk.
Right. And very much young, like that
Yeah.
entire episode of our lives where we make these epically bad decisions,
Hmm.
and you can either learn from them or not learn from them.
Ruby does not catch a break throughout this whole book. I felt so bad for her. Here we go again. She got caught unawares. Oh no.
It's funny because one of my best friends was the one that pushed me in that direction. I'm like, no, 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 no. And she's like, oh, you're gonna do this for me.
Mm,
So I did.
you got pressured.
I did get pressured. She's my peer pressure friend.
Thanks, I guess.
I think thanks are in order for that one. Yeah.
I do have a personal question.
Uh-huh.
So, if you were in Ruby's position, which one would you have chose if, like, say the whole beginning part didn't happen and you just had to pick from like the five, the five options?
Yeah.
Just who would you have picked?
I I want to tell you Adam, but I
Yeah,
know that's a lie. Because I mean, I
really.
grew up on a farm. I love the farm boy.
Yeah,
I love being outside. I love being around animals. But dang it, Locke is just my red flag,
yeah.
a little
Okay.
arrogant, a little cocky, a little abrupt.
It's so
and
funny because I feel like Locke is the one that most people will probably feel the most, well, besides Kai, and for reasons that I'm not going to talk about, but I feel like Locke is the one that people are going to be the most hesitant to see appealing because of the
yep.
history and everything like that. But yeah, Locke kind of sneaks his way into your heart, and yeah, but I'm definitely an Adam girly. I'll just say that right now. I
Yep.
was like, but also, oh, wait, hold on. Because like I was taking notes on all the, okay. So I'm gonna do a really fun reel with her book, and I'm like so excited to do this. And I actually think I need to do it today because I did my hair. Um, I have to record while my hair's already done. Um, but I was writing down like personality traits, and I said something about Adam where I was like, he's such like a sweet boy, but then he becomes like a freak in the sheets. But then Locke comes along, and I'm like, wait a second. No, Adam's not the freak in the sheets. Like, it's I was like, I take it back. I take it back. But I think it's just like, again, that where he seems like that's why I think I love Adam is because he was so sweet and like genuine and no pressure and just very like I don't know, didn't want to overstep and just really like respected her in that way. But then like once permission was granted, it was like
Right.
mm, it was
Yeah.
so good. So moving on to the actual questions. So which character or scene was your favorite to write and why?
Okay, so some people look at me weird like this, but I think it's chapter 47. Like I like it when the bad guys die. I apparently like to kill people that are bad
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's very, yeah, they get what they it's you have written this entire book and these people are not getting what they deserve and finally they're getting what they deserve. I think that stems from the book Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. I mean, it is
Mhm.
a big, big, huge, epic,
Yeah.
historical, you know. And by the end, I was like, if this bad guy doesn't die, I am rewriting the book and I'm sending it to that author because he has to die the right way. And he accomplished it and everything was okay. So I didn't have to write Ken Follett a nasty letter telling him how to do it my way.
Yeah,
Right.
he got lucky on that one.
Right. Oh man,
Because
that
he was
guy,
going
he
to get a
writes,
very worded letter
yeah.
needed. So I loved that part too. The ballroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So Ruby goes through a lot in this book and like she doesn't seem to catch a break, but that scene is when everything kind of like there we go. That's what we needed. And
Yep.
I was so pumped up for that scene. Like I'm not, again, these are spoilers and I'm not going to say who or what or why or how or anything
Right.
like that. But revenge was sweet. It
Yes.
was sweet in that. Oh, also, I wanted to mention, so this is completely off track. I think I have ADHD. It's undiagnosed, but I go off
Join
on
the club.
tangents a
Yeah.
lot. So the staircase in the middle of the woods. Have
Mhm.
you ever heard of like I remember reading this on Reddit a long time ago, but like horror stories
Mhm.
of like people finding random staircases in the woods.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that at all?
Absolutely. Yeah. Park rangers will tell you all the time that they find random staircases in the middle of national parks that go absolutely nowhere. I'm like, oh, this is brilliant. That was my
Yeah.
ability to change it from a beanstalk to a staircase because of that lore or that,
Yeah.
myth legend
Okay,
of the
so you
staircase.
had some inspiration from that then.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm
yeah,
glad
because
you
when
caught
I read
that.
that, I was like, this is like the staircases in the woods. Like, if I ever came upon something like that, no, I'm not going up. Um,
I'm
but
going up the stairs. I'm going.
really,
Oh,
yeah, well,
hell
at this point, I might be going, okay. Family, we're coming. I'll go first to make sure it's okay. So, what was some of the biggest challenges that you faced while writing this book?
I think because it was going to be my first debut indie, I had to keep control of the word count. I mean, I got a little out of
Mm,
control, but like I couldn't because I had a lot of people even after they read it, they're like, "Well, I really wanted the guys' point of view and I really wanted more and I really wanted you to slow down here." And I'm like, and I understand that. Believe me, I have chapter after chapter words that I've cut out of this book because I needed to keep it to a reasonable, because nobody's going to buy an indie author 800-page book. I mean, most of the time it does happen, but
Yeah,
those
it's
are
funny
kind
because when I picked up your book, obviously I read a little bit like when I was checking it for like the book club, but I was like, oh, this is like I think it's like 560. Is it
but
5
yeah, it's
500?
thick.
It's 500 something, but I was like, okay, this is a big one. So, okay, I got to like mentally prepare for that. But as I'm at the like end of the book, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a standalone, isn't it? Because I could just see it like wrapping up at
Yep.
like the little bow tie, and I'm like, oh, this is it. Like this is the end. And I was like, oh, okay, that's why it's a little bit longer. But like
Yeah.
writing a standalone must be so hard because you do have those like restraints and that you have to keep it all consolidated into one
Yeah.
book. And so, I mean, I know you said you're going to make, yeah, I don't know what you would call this. It's not a series, but like I call it like a collection. It's like
Yeah.
everybody's in the same world and like same characters, but like focusing on two different pairs, right?
Yep.
Or different pairs. Um, but you are writing more for this
Yeah.
world,
Yes.
but
Well,
you
because I
don't
got so
have
many
to have
people
read,
that
huh?
texted me. I had so many people that messaged me and even put in reviews and stuff. They're like, if you did more, I'd read it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
But so when you're writing, so you said that keeping to the word limit was hard for you. So is there like a certain guideline that you were kind of going by, or were you just like, I just can't write an 800-page book and I have to stick to like what boundaries did you have to set for yourself in order to like stick to that?
Well, I was trying to keep it under the 130,000 word mark because, like, for epic fantasy and stuff, that tends to be, and you can still have like books after that and everything, but I like standalones. I like getting immersed into a world, diving into it, and then setting it aside and being able to go to the next one and not having to wait how many years for the author to be finished with the series.
Mhm.
So, from a marketing standpoint, it's the worst thing I can do
Yeah,
because,
and I completely agree. I mean, I love a good series too, but especially when I do what I do, a lot of the
Mhm.
indie authors that I have are writing series, and so I am only reading book ones of series, and so it
Oh,
can get pretty exhausting. And so now when if I pick up a book of my choosing, I'm more likely than not either going to pick up a standalone or I'm going to pick up a completed series so that I know that I can finish it because I'm getting kind of like series fatigue because I'm
right.
reading all of these book ones for these indie authors, which again, I love what I do and I love these books and they're great, but it is really hard trying to keep like all these characters in mind. And like one of my authors just says she wants to get me back for book two. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to reread
Right.
refresh my memory because I have all this information in my head. So when I found out yours was a standalone, I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I love that. And like, if we do work together again, if you do it for like, say it's Adam's book, and it's like, I
Right.
don't have to remember every single detail
Nope.
in order to like jump back into this world. Like,
Yep.
I know it's with giants. I know there's obsidian everywhere.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like little things like that. But it's just going to be so much easier for your readers and your followers and people who love Crimson Jewel to hop right back in.
Oh, and
That's so nice.
I thought it would be perfect because then you can read Adam's story, but you don't have to read Trent's story, or you can read Locke's story and you don't have to read Kai's story. It's like you can just pick the bachelor that you like the best and go with it. And
Are
I
you going to do a
Locke,
Kai book?
yes, but it will probably end up being shorter because it will
Right.
be at the same time. So a lot of
Okay.
things will be
Okay.
intertwining. So that one might actually be like,
A
you know,
novella.
right. And I have a really good critique group, and I was going to be like, I'm going to do novellas, and they're like, no, you're not. You're going to do interconnected standalones because that way people won't have to remember anything from Crimson Jewel. They can just, I'm like, okay, we
Okay.
can,
Is that the technical term for it? Interconnected standalones?
yeah, I
Okay.
think
Thank
so.
you.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's
I'm like,
what
I
they
call
called
it
it.
a collection. I don't know what the technical term is. Um, I'm also very interested to see who the partner is for Trent because who the hell is going to be able to tie that man down? I
I have it all planned. So the next one that comes out is called Indigo Wings, and it goes to the editor on August 11th, and it's I'm not going to tell you whose story it is because
Yeah.
then I will ruin it for people reading Crimson Jewel. They'll know who doesn't win, but whoever the story that I do, it introduces the characters for Trent's story. Adam's character has already been introduced into Crimson Jewel. Oops, I'm probably not supposed to say that, am I?
And I'm also trying to figure out, I'm trying to remember
Right.
like people's like sexuality, like how fluid is everybody over there? 'Cause, like, I'm like,
Trent is
okay,
Trent is fluid. He's
yeah,
on the ocean. He's very fluid.
yeah, Trent is fluid for sure. Like, I'm like, I don't know who the hell he's gonna end up with. Um, I'm so excited. I'm excited. I loved your books. I really, really did. I'm excited for what are you currently writing book two? Or like, are
Yeah,
you
it's almost done. I get to write. I am on the last two chapters right now. I already
wow,
had the cover designed and everything. It's all ready to go.
what? And it's
Eh,
in you said Indigo Wings?
Indigo Wings. Yep.
Okay. Then you're not gonna tell me who it's about.
Well, I'll tell you who it's about.
Okay, well, we'll cut it out later. Cut, Sarah. Who is it? So, when you wrote Crimson Jewel, did you have anything in mind for readers to take away from the story when they finished it?
I think the overwhelming thing, like I feel like I said earlier, when we're young, we make really bad decisions and then
Hmm.
we feel really horrible about them. And I was a hairdresser for so long that you would see people, they couldn't ever get out of their head of their bad decisions. Like they couldn't ever get past them. And I feel like youth and making bad decisions is who makes you the person you are today. So eventually all those bad decisions, hopefully eventually collide into a good person. And I just wanted people to know that you can make bad decisions and still end up being the hero of the story.
Yeah, absolutely. God, I feel like everybody is going to be able to relate to that message because I feel like I even had a moment the other day where this is kind of personal, but like I was writing a letter to like my 2-year-old self and
Mhm.
it was like kind of for therapy and a lot of stuff has happened in my life and yes, I things have happened to me and I've done stuff that I'm not proud of. But after all of that,
Mhm.
where I'm at now and who I'm with and who I'm surrounded by and where I live and everything like that, it's like I wouldn't change anything about
Right.
what I've gained now. And it's hard to see it in the moment. It's hard to see it when all the shit is happening, but I'm a firm believer that we will get our due. Like we will
Right.
good things will come to us if we work for it, um yeah, and yeah, I think Ruby does she has a very challenging time throughout this book and she's learning, kind of stumbling her way through it, but again, that end of the book, it just wraps it up so nicely and we are pumping our fists in the air by the end of it with excitement for what's going down. The revenge is finally happening. But did you did you put yourself into, I mean, every author does, but like in what ways did you put yourself into this story, into these characters?
Um, you know, Everybody says that like authors put themselves into books, and obviously we do, but I think because I worked so closely with so many people on such a personal level for so many years that a lot of those personalities kind of collided into the characters, if that makes sense. Like I even had one of my readers who doesn't know me, who was recommended this book by her sister, who was my client, one of my bestest clients for probably like 12 years. She's like, wow, I can see my sister in this. I can see your clients in this. I can see the people in it that you knew, just because I don't think many careers work that closely with people on such a personal level for so
Mhm.
many years. So it
Oh
was
yeah.
very easy to take different personalities and different things and put them all into a character. I would say that with Ruby, her unlikable parts are probably me.
Yeah.
So, the ugly, the dirty is probably me.
That must have been very like therapeutic, cathartic for you to do that, right? And I was gonna say hairdressers are kind of like mini therapists.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm one of those people that overshares. Even if I just met my hairdresser for the first time, I'm going to tell you my whole life story, baby.
Yep.
You're going to hear it all. And I'm sure I can't even imagine having like a consistent client and
Yeah.
like, their whole family,
Yes.
their whole childhood traumas,
Everything.
everything.
I know
Yeah.
everything.
Do you miss it?
I miss, it's funny because I'm very creative, but like writing books is such a creative outlet. I thought I would really miss, because after that many years, you get tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
I thought I would miss doing hair and not miss working with people so much, and it actually ended up being the exact opposite. I actually missed the people, and I don't miss the creative outlet of doing hair so much, which is really weird because I expected, because I'm a bit of an
Mhm.
introverted extrovert. So after a while,
Yeah.
you do get tired, and you're just like, I don't want to talk to another person as long as I
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
And I thought I was wrong.
And now you should go back to Alaska, honey. There's like hardly anybody up there.
I think that's why I love Alaska so much because I lived in Montana where
Yeah.
like it's a huge state and there aren't very many people. And I'm like, the only upgrade for me was like Alaska because it was a bigger state with less people and an
Yeah.
ocean. I'm like, okay, there we go.
It's funny because I'm in Eastern Washington and we actually have some family members out in Montana by Flathead.
Oh,
And
nice part.
mm, I think that Shane and I, that's my husband, are going to retire to Montana. We love it out there. Just big sky country, right? It's just
Yeah,
so incredibly beautiful. Um, but yeah, anyways, I love Montana. So
I
I've
love
never
Montana.
been to Alaska, but I can only imagine. And I feel like as I get older, so I live in Cheney, Washington. So it's like Eastern Washington, but I live out on property and I'm like, I cannot go back because I used to live in Queen Anne.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I cannot imagine living on in Queen Anne again.
Mm-mm.
I lived like 5 blocks away from the Space Needle. And in my
Oh,
20s,
wow. Yeah.
yeah, I was like lower Queen Anne. So like,
Mhm.
well, I'm not gonna anyways, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't live there now, but I was like on Roy and like Fourth Avenue West.
So you were, yeah, within walking distance of downtown,
Oh
basically,
yeah.
if you
Oh
wanted
yeah.
to. Yeah.
I didn't get a license until I was 28 because
Wow.
I was just in Seattle walking everywhere and taking the bus and whatever. But that was perfect for my 20s. But now
Mhm.
I'm in my late 30s and I can't even imagine going back to like a city, high traffic area. Like I was doing a drive from like Seattle to Tacoma, right? Like,
Oh,
you know that traffic. It's horrible. So I feel like as I get even older, I'm like, I want to be even remote,
yep.
more remote. And that's why I'm like, I can definitely see us in Montana living on
Yep.
20 acres with no one around.
Yes. Yep. I love Montana.
Anyways, I digress.
The winter made me decide not to go back there. I'm like, oh gosh,
Yeah, I
Montana
heard
winter
that
is as bad as
too.
Alaska.
But I also, so like again, I live in Eastern Washington and the
Oh, okay.
winters can be kind of tough over here too. And
Yep.
it was different from in like Seattle and Tacoma because it's not as rainy and it's definitely more snowy over here. The only thing I don't like is driving in the snow. I hate it.
Oh, okay.
Um, I just don't like ice and slipping
Mhm.
and obviously losing control of my car. But we get a fair amount of snow over here too. So it's like, I don't think it would be that much of an adjustment to have to be in Montana. So, anyways, so let's move on to the indie author segment, which I'm really glad that you actually have this perspective of, going trad for the first part of your writer journey and then choosing to self-publish. So, um, going back to the very beginning, what first inspired you to become a writer?
Oh my God. So one of my best friends, another hairdresser in Alaska, bought me a psychic reading for my birthday, which is really weird because I'm a very logical person. Like I'm like, if it's not that I don't believe in things. I just need a minute to get through it. But yeah, he bought me a psychic reading and I went and she's like, you're meant to be an author. And I'm like, okay, great, whatever. I didn't think she was a very good psychic. And apparently she was because I now am an author and she was right and I was wrong.
I stinking love that. I'm woo woo. I love woo woo stuff. Give me all the woo woo.
Yeah.
But I also have a kind of like logical side that I'm like,
Right.
I question everything,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
so random. And
Yeah.
so the friend hairdresser, was she like, oh
He,
my God. It was a he. Okay, I'm
oh, of
sorry.
course, it's Jesse. It's a he. He is.
Was he like, see?
He's a Gemini. Absolutely. He was like, I told you so. Like, I knew it. I'm like, I love him.
Yes, you did. You know it. Are you still in contact with him?
Oh heck yes. Like last year he came up, we had a couple like book festivals and stuff and him and then a few of my other hairdresser friends came and we sold books and stuff like that. Yeah. We that salon up there, we were like a really close-knit family. So yeah, Jesse's
Oh.
still, on my
That's
list of
also
best
such a
friends.
hard shift, kind of losing like your community of friends and everything. How long have you been in Tennessee?
4 years?
Okay, so you're probably settled in.
It's like as a hairdresser, you met everybody in town. Like Anchorage sounds like it's a big city, and then pretty soon you know everybody. And then like here, I just sit at home and write all the time. So I do have a little tiny community of a
Yeah,
whole bunch of
yeah.
writer friends. So yeah,
Do you
it's
have
good.
kids?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. So that was like the only way that I met the people that I met was like
Yeah.
through my kids and like finding other moms that were cool. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, but other than that, then I would be in the same boat and being like an introvert at home, not hanging out with anybody.
Mhm.
Um, so do you have a writing process like daily routines or tools or habits or anything like that?
You know how you said you're ADHD? I also am ADHD, and I say that I'm like a drunk squirrel at a rave. I think I'm getting a lot of stuff done, but I'm really not. I
That's
wish
a
I
hell of
had,
a visual.
but it's you understand it though, don't you? You're like,
Yeah.
woo!
Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, you're like, wait a second, I thought I got. Never mind. Process wise, I basically do the opposite of what everybody tells you to. They're like, you have to write every day. You have to do this. You have to do this. And I write when the story is there. And if
Yeah.
that isn't for days, I just wait because like every time something even better comes to me and then I get really excited. So I do need to be better about like I got more done when I was a hairdresser writing than I do
Hmm.
not. I need somebody to smack me around and tell me this is your schedule and you will stick to it.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is that because your customers inspired you so much, or was it like almost like a flow state and like you're doing hair and then like, you know what I mean when I say flow state? Like you're just kind of
Yeah.
doing it and like something just comes in and you're like, oh, okay, like you just got randomly inspired because you were so like in the zone,
I
you know?
think it's more of a pressure thing. Like I
Oh,
work
okay.
really well under pressure. Like if
Oh,
you give me
interesting.
too much time, I'm that person. I am never late with anything, and I'm very rarely late anywhere. It's just that I need that pressure in
Yeah.
order to like right. I have like indigo wings. I've just been like now I have to get it done because I got to get it to beta readers before it goes to the editor. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be done. So like the last 2 days, I've written like 5 chapters, just like zooming through them because I need
Wow.
pressure and without like tiny pockets of time, like hairdressing, I'm working, so I only had certain pockets of time to work.
Mhm.
So I did everything then, and now I'm just like I float around all day.
So do you have any like formal education or background or anything like how did you become a writer? Like, I mean, it was just a creative outlet that you just took on one day and you found out you were good at
Sort of.
it?
I My husband came home one day and told me about this phenomenon that occurs in Alaska all the time. It's called the Fata Morgana, and sometimes and it's based on Morgan Le Fay, the
Yeah,
Camelot and all that stuff. But it's a mirage that causes the mountains in the distance to look really big, sometimes like huge, and then other days they're like really tiny. It's the same thing that makes like the Flying Dutchman fly,
yeah,
and like
interesting.
pilots will see like cities in the sky. So he told me about that. And then an entire novel downloaded in my head. And so then I sat down and wrote it and it was terrible. So I wrote a book and then I learned how to like write. So it took me a long time because I do everything
Oh.
backwards most of the time. So,
Yeah,
and
how
now
long
it's still my
have you
favorite
been
book.
writing? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Probably about 12 years, but
Okay,
only about five seriously.
okay. You've done a lot in 5 years. How many books have you published?
Well, that's because I had like half of them have already been written already. So now I'm just going through getting them edited and polished and everything like that. So
Oh,
I have four out there. I have a lot more than four written.
okay. Wow. So, say you're cutting someone's hair and an idea sparks. Where are you writing it down?
I just shove everything in my head and hope that I remember it later.
Oh God, that's
No,
really sketchy.
it's not only sketchy, it's not very effective. So now that yeah, now I put little notes in my phone. Like I have an entire plot like in the notes of my phone because I was walking one day and I got this brilliant idea. And if I would have like waited until I got home, I can't tell you what that idea is right now. So I'm glad I wrote it down.
Yeah. Oh my God.
God.
So, did you have any like resources that you were utilizing when you first started out, or even now? I mean, like, do you have any go-to things that you're kind of furthering your education on writing, or something that you lean on when you're feeling stuck, or anything like that?
I have a really good critique group. Like two of the other authors, one Ella Hendricks has like 20 some books published and something like that. And then the other author, LM Dodds, is like kind of at the same level that I am, but she's a brilliant writer. Like she doesn't have many more books out or anything. So we do well bouncing off of each other, and I learn so much from them. And another person, like I learn a lot from my editors. Like when they go through your entire book and give you stuff, like I mean, I read everything. I'm like, oh, okay, I understand, and then just catalog it for later. But honestly, I feel like most of the time I learn stuff and pick up stuff just by talking to other writer friends and going to like book conventions or like
Mhm.
Author Nation and stuff like that. I learn
Yeah.
a lot from, so I haven't furthered my education. Sometimes I think that the best things come if people don't all think or have learned the same.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, because there's a lot of indie authors out there that don't have any formal training, but that's why I wanted to get traditionally published first, was because I needed somebody to tell me I could do it.
Hmm.
So, and normally I'm not the person that needs somebody to tell me I can do something, but like I was a hairdresser. I didn't have any formal education. Was I good at hairdressing? Really good. But was I good at writing? I don't know. I needed somebody who was a professional to be like, yeah, you can do this. So,
Yeah. So how long did you have to query for before you got picked up by a publisher?
oh, I lost count. Like I can tell you where I was at when I got the yes,
Oh
but
my
I
gosh.
had sent out so many. Yeah,
I
it
bet that
takes a
was
lot. Sometimes
exhausting.
people get really lucky and get picked up after 10.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I was a hairdresser. I had pretty thick skin. I expected to know a lot of no's. So like people like,
Mhm.
oh, I mean, the first one hurt, but after that, I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but getting the yes, really a good feeling.
I bet. Where were you? Tell me the story.
I was picking up windshield wiper fluid at the, little car place downtown. I'm like, I was in there and I don't know if I
Wow.
screamed, but my husband looked at me. He's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh my God, oh my God." Because when you look at your phone
Oh,
and you're like, "Oh my God," you start crying and you're in
yeah.
the middle of like an auto parts store. Your husband gets a little concerned. So
I love that. I'm glad he was there with you.
yeah.
So what has been your biggest challenge as an indie author?
Oh, I bet every indie author says the exact same thing.
Is it
Marketing.
marketing?
Yeah.
That is the most common answer. That is. So how have you kind of worked around that? Like what have you figured out so far in the journey of self-publishing about marketing?
But then I do best at in-person events. If
Mm,
I can just talk to somebody and tell them what my book is about, I do best at in-person events.
says the introvert.
Well, I'm an introverted extrovert. Like I was a hairdresser. I'm a really good extrovert. It's just that I would prefer to be an introvert if somebody would let me.
Yes, I understand that. That makes yes, I feel that. I feel that in my soul because I can talk to people,
Mhm.
but do I want to?
Right, right. And I always have fun. I go into it thinking, oh God, because I open my mouth and insert my foot a lot. Probably the reason I don't drink much because I already struggle with being blunt to people and hurting their
Yeah,
feelings.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, oh gosh, am I going to hurt somebody's feelings today? And then by the end of the day, I'm like, oh good, you didn't hurt anybody. You know what I found? Romance readers and dark romance readers, they're a pretty tough group.
Are they?
Well, yeah, they don't get their feelings hurt a lot, and they have a really good sense of humor.
Oh, good. I like that.
Yeah. It's funny because I give away free stickers, so like I do book boxes and everything.
Yeah.
And so but I pick out the really offensive ones that I don't put the really offensive ones in the book boxes.
Yeah,
So then
yeah.
I put the really offensive ones in a basket and I let people pick them out for free. And I am telling you, there isn't a sticker in there that is offended. And they're like, oh my God, I love this one and I love this one. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I totally misunderstood you. I thought you were saying they were tough, like they were a tough crowd to deal with. Not
no,
they're like tough, like they're tough
tough.
skin, like they're not gonna be phased by anything.
Mm-mm. Nope.
I
Nope.
love
If I open my mouth and insert my foot, chances are they're going to laugh at me and we're all going to laugh at me. And I
yeah,
love that.
for sure, for sure. So what has been your proudest moment so far in your writing journey? And again, let's focus on the self-publishing. So what's been your proudest moment?
I think just having that first one in my hand, having it finished, being able to like be very proud of something that I started and
Mine.
finished and I did and everything is mine. And if somebody doesn't like it, then all of that is on me. And I'm good with that. I prefer that, honestly, because then I only have to beat myself up and I don't have to be mad at other people for not doing it my way.
Hmm. Are you still signed on with the publishers? Like, do you still have a
Um,
like writing contract going like with them right now?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So it's a smaller publisher, and I signed on for like 5 year. They own the rights for 5 years. So
Okay.
and then they own the rights to the second one for 5 years, and then eventually I'll get my rights back. So
Okay. So with Crimson Jewel and this series, this interconnected standalones,
there we go.
there we go. Is this the only you said you had a lot of books written already. So are you planning on doing another series self-published?
Oh, absolutely. I am enjoying the self-publishing journey. I really like this. This is fun. I should have known better in the very beginning. I like total control. I like to do everything myself.
Yeah.
I like feedback from other people, but
Yeah.
you know, I do. I love being the cover design and the art in it and being able to like I watched somebody, gosh, I don't know if it was the CEO of Random House or Penguin. It was one of the big ones. And
Yeah.
they stated that trad publishers are now chasing indie authors because we have the ability to break those rules. And a lot of people, they like that. Like they like their characters to be human. They like their characters to be messy. I remember like when I first started reading like, young adult fantasy and stuff like that. I mean, as an adult, how everybody would say, oh, the characters are too perfect. Oh, they do the same thing, everything, and I'm like, that's where indie authors really get to thrive is by not making everything so pretty. If that made pretty as
I
in,
post about this all the time. I'm like, I think I literally just did a reel last night where I'm like, if you're tired of like books having the same formula,
yeah,
because I feel like romanticy has a lot of the same formula. Like
yep,
you have like a shadow daddy and like, oh, he's all rebellious and whatever. And
mhm,
um you get a lot of the same formulas.
yep,
And I feel like it's because people are only seeking out what the algorithm is feeding them.
yep,
And it's like if you go and dig a little bit deeper, you're going to find these, I call them hidden gems. You're going to find these hidden gems of books that are going to throw you through a loop. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I've never seen anything. Like, I've never seen a book about giants.
right,
And
right,
it's
and
so
how
crazy.
that's just
Yeah,
weird. There should be books about giants.
yeah, right. You would think. But yeah, some of my favorite books are like one of my all-time favorite books. It's an indie book and it's Mindfuck. Have you ever read Mindfuck? I talk about it all the time.
I haven't. Did the I can see the cover in my mind. It's like slash writing and black and red. Yeah,
This is
yeah, I
this
have
is
it.
all of them together, but
Oh,
it's
wow.
five
Okay.
novellas.
Okay.
Um, I think so. I listened to it originally,
Hmm.
but I listened to it in about 3 days, I would say, and it's
Wow.
like all five novellas. Like it just is so good, and it's like female vigilante.
Oh,
The
yeah.
author is St. Abby, so
Mhm.
Stabby.
Oh my God, I love that.
I know. But I think she passed away. But I also just got done reading Daggermouth.
Hmm.
Have you read that?
I haven't read it. It's surprising I don't get near as much time to read anymore as I
I
used
know.
to. And I
I
end up
know.
doing like a lot of like ARC books and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I was like,
I know. Yeah, so I read a lot of indie books and I switched up my packages to because instead, so you're the first author that is part of the new packages because
mhm,
before I was doing 1 and 2 week packages and then I switched to 2 and 4 week
mhm,
packages because it was just too much and I just
yeah.
didn't really have any free time and I was reading a lot of books and now it's like this is the first time I've kind of taken like
Oh, good.
a breath. But I did find time to read Daggermouth and I'm right now reading The Poison Daughter.
Oh,
And
okay. I've seen that. That's the purple one. I see a lot of them, on TikTok and stuff like that.
both I think are going trad, but both
Mhm.
originally were indie
Yep.
published.
Well,
And
there's a lot of authors out there like that.
yeah, and so you can see I see the truth in that because I do feel like trad, like the big publishers are looking for more unique stories. But this is where the readers have a lot of power because
Yep.
they see us getting excited about things and they're like, oh, well, maybe we should start paying attention to this
Yeah.
because this is where the success is at. And because you have to read Daggermouth. If you
Okay.
want a satisfying ending,
I love satisfying endings.
well, so I think it's a duology, so it's not done yet.
Okay.
Oh my God. So talk about fist pumping. Like I was so amped up at the end of this book. I was like, this is amazing. Like it is, it'll throw you through a loop. You will be shocked. So excited. Like it's so good. So good.
Okay,
HMO is
I will.
amazing. And her FMC,
Mhm.
both of her characters, very messy, very morally gray, very
Yeah.
dark, dystopian. It's like Handmaid's Tale. Um, yeah, it's just it's so good. If I Mindfuck, one of my favorite books, and then
Okay.
Daggermouth, indie
There you
authors.
go.
Anyways, so sorry again, going off on a tangent. So for anybody who is thinking about becoming an author and self-publishing and maybe going the self-publishing route rather than trad, do you have any advice for them?
Find the people that you don't take advice from people that you don't trust. Don't
Yeah,
just take advice from anybody. Find those people who you respect their opinion and then take their advice seriously. I think finding a good critique group is valuable in life, but I think it has to be people who read, write, and understand the genre that you're in because the genres are so different. Like thriller novels are written at such a fast pace that there isn't a lot of detail to them. And if you want to write like a cozy mystery, then you need the cozy. You can't take the cozy out of the mystery or people.
yeah.
So you
Hmm.
have to find the people that understand the genre that you're in. Another thing that is don't get in your head too much. Just write the damn story.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
once it's on paper, then you can adjust anything you need. Because a lot of people will get like, say, a quarter of the way or halfway through a story, and then they go back and they start editing and they start doing all of this and they never get it finished. And you have to get it finished, get it on paper, and then go back. Also, keep track of the timeline. I learned that the hard way. I mean, not the hard way, but I had to go back and fix a whole bunch of stuff. Nothing was published. It's just my editor was like,
Yeah,
So now when I write, I'm like, December 12th, January 1st. And I put that in the, I take that out of the book, but then I
yeah,
put little tags in each chapter that
yeah,
remind the reader of where I'm at in it because man, those times, especially when you're writing multiple points of view, it's like
yeah.
juggling.
Hmm. So a couple things off of that. One, how did you, so you just kind of wrote and had little like tags in your book or where you were writing that this is the state and that's how you kept
Yep.
track of the timeline. Okay.
Yeah.
And so with your critique group, because you've mentioned them about, I think like 3 or 4 times.
I love
Um,
them.
so how did you get them? How did you find them?
Well, the first couple I found in Alaska at like the romance writer group of Alaska. I found a couple of them. They started a critique group, and then the three of us went to Author Nation, and
Okay.
then met a couple more there, and then now we're just one big happy group. Two like one of them has had to pull out of it since. So one's from Alaska, one's from Texas, one's from Virginia, and one's in Tennessee. So we're all
Wow.
over. But yeah, we just
Is it
we
like a
find
group message on like Facebook or on Instagram or how are you
we
guys
do
staying
we do
connected?
Zoom meetings and we have like just a Facebook Messenger chat
Oh,
thing. Yeah.
that's nice.
Yep. And then the one, she came to her first event. She went to the first event in Knoxville. So at the
Mhm.
Knoxville Book Fest, she's like, I'm gonna go to my first event. I'm gonna be right next to you. So we were next to each other. It was so
Is
much
that
fun.
who I saw you? You were just posting about it and it was you two together at the book convention or like you were both tabling together? Is that
I
who?
did no, that's a different one. So this
Oh,
one was
okay.
this one was a couple months ago. The one
Oh,
that did
okay.
that with me was LM Dodds, and then this last one was at the outdoor Knoxville Book Fest social thing. So
Yeah. So yeah, just kind of putting yourself out there and making connections through in person, it sounds like, right?
yes. It just seems to do better in person, I think.
Do you think that there is a camaraderie amongst indie authors or is there a lot of competition?
I think that there is a lot of camaraderie. I know there are people out there that are the competition ones, but all the people that I'm friends with, it's like there's just room here for all of us,
Yeah.
because people read a book in a few days. Like
Hmm.
so I feel like everybody in this industry that I'm friends with, it's like you prop each other up, and I can ask any of them any kind of question I need to, and they'll get back to me right away with what worked for them or what it's like. they just like share knowledge so easily. Nobody is being a gatekeeper, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's the kind of people that I really enjoy hanging out with. The
Yeah.
ones
And
that
to be
are
able
happy.
to, and to have like a community around you that gives you constructive feedback,
Yes,
knowledgeable
yep,
feedback, like they know what they're talking about. Like it's just such a huge benefit to have that group of people around you that are have the same goals as you. And it's like,
right. But aren't afraid to tell you the truth either.
yeah, right. But they're your friends, so they're gonna like not do it in like a mean way, but they're gonna be like, okay, like you need to check this out. Like maybe they will. I don't know. I'm not in your friend group. But I mean they can be blunt, but they're
Yes.
not gonna be mean, you
Right.
know?
It's always done with love. It's always done to make whatever I'm working on, or vice versa, to make it better when it goes out into the public. So I would rather have them be like, oh, yeah, I do not like your female main character. And if you don't fix this, nobody's going to like her either. Because if, that's their feedback, I'm going to put this book out into the world and people are mean.
Yeah. Yeah. How have you handled like reviews and like any petty? I haven't honestly gone through any of your reviews yet because yeah, I just haven't. But how do you handle that?
Yeah, I read, people say, don't ever read your reviews. I do because, like, matter of fact, I found a new beta reader from one of my reviews because the review she did on Crimson Jewel was so good that when I got a, I'm like, do you beta read? Because that breakdown was brilliant. Like, it's obviously she really read the book and really understood it. As for the bad reviews and stuff, I broke rules. I knew I was going to get bad reviews going into it. My editor told me, she's like, that this is going to upset some people. And I'm like, yeah. And honestly, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but that they're not your people. So it's okay.
They
Um,
can go read Sweet Romance. That,
yeah, I know. Exactly. This is a little bit darker. Um, so where can readers connect with you?
I do most of my stuff on TikTok because I feel like TikTok
Really?
is yes, because TikTok is the chaos version. Like, it's like for people that are unhinged. And then you've got Instagram where everything is pretty. And
Yeah.
like, I see people's Instagram pages and they're beautiful. And my Instagram page looks like I have multiple personalities going on. And that doesn't work so well for Instagram, but for TikTok, nobody cares.
Yeah.
So,
That's so funny because I had TikTok and I was like, this is not for me. I do not like I think it's just something else to like keep up with and I
yeah.
just can't. It's just too
Yep.
much. I'm like, I got enough on my plate. I'm gonna ignore this guy. So you're primarily on TikTok. Do you have like a website or anything like that, a newsletter?
Yeah, I have a website, www.alexgordonauthor.com. So it's pretty
Okay.
easy to find. And then I am on Instagram and Facebook too. And I do check them. I just post more on TikTok because, chaos meets my chaos over there. So,
Yeah, you need the chaotic realm. Okay, we get it.
right.
Where can readers purchase your books?
Oh, everywhere. Amazon, Barnes and Nobles.
Do you have any audiobooks?
My first one, Wicked Wish, is an audiobook. I want to get Crimson Jewel done an audiobook, but so I do have a friend who's a marketing person. She's like, I want you to write Rayden's point of view first and then do like a special edition with an audiobook and stuff like that. So I will be doing Rayden's point of view in Crimson Jewel at some point.
Yeah, because he goes off and does a lot of things on his own. So I would like
Yes.
to hear what he does in that time, especially towards the end with the brother.
Yep. Matter of fact, I had a reviewer who I've never met break it all down for me already. She's like, I want this chapter, and this chapter, and this chapter, and this is what I need to know from him. I'm like, cool. That is why I read reviews because some people are really good. I'm like, wow. Do you know how much money I would have had to pay for that advice? I'd have had to pay for that, a lot for that advice. And reviewers sometimes give it to you for free.
Yeah, I think you have to have kind of a hard exterior, or like some tough
Oh,
skin
yeah.
to be going through all of your reviews. But if you do, there is some payoff to it
Yeah.
because you will get some good, you'll find some gems in there, right?
Yeah.
So do you have any final words or messages for readers or anything to like tease readers about?
Final messages for readers. Some us indie authors, we really do like little Facebook messages when you're reading things. Like, I have some people, they've messaged me, they've been like, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, did she just do that?" And I'm like, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry,
I
not sorry, but I love
right,
this.
right. I'm like, I love that when people do that. And then my next one, Indigo Wings, I hope to have it out by October 31st. I want to at the next show, and I want it like because it's like kind of almost Christmas themed. So because fee fi
Really?
fo and fum, so I can do them in like little spring, summer, fall like things. So
Oh, I love that. That's so I'm excited for that. I'm excited for I want to read all of your other books for this series. This is going to be great. I can't wait to find out who ends up with who.
and you won't have to remember what happened in Crimson Jewel. You just pick it up and it'll be like a whole new entire standalone.
I love that so much. It makes me so happy. It gives my brain a break.
Yep.
Anyways, Alex, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. I really enjoyed talking to you, and I'm excited to feature you in my book club and to introduce all of my followers and readers to you.
I'm so excited.
All right. Well, if you guys want to hear more from indie authors and discover hidden gems, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, happy reading.